When this all first began, I was a child, a girl of 6 years old. Now I'm not sure who I am, I'm not sure what to do. There were so many times when I could have just, I never went through it, never. My life became an endless routine. I mean, nothing was painful anymore, not physically anyway. As I got older, I thought it lost interest, but now he never did. I don't think he even felt anything though. No regret, no shame, not even an ounce of affection. To him, I was just a piece of human flesh for him to indulge himself on. After a few months, I realised no one wasn't coming back. Even though I was still little, I still figured it out. I never understood why though. How could any mother do that to her kid? To let them grow up a little feeling loved and wanted, and then hand them over to the first sick pervert that walks along. I hated him, but I hated her more. I can barely remember her now. And sometimes I'd wonder what I'd say to her if I ever saw her again. I wonder how her hair would have changed. Would it be longer, shorter? Would she have wrinkles? I thought of all the questions I could ask. Like, how could you do that to me? Abandon your own daughter? How could you? I wasn't a bad baby, was I? Did you really hate me that much? Well, answer me! You'll be wondering where I am now, just pacing up and down in that godforsaken hole, that shitty if I can't stand just looking at the same walls, the same carpet. I have to get out. And I shout and I scream and I kick things flying, and then he tells me to calm down. Well, no! I won't fucking calm down! I won't! And then I turn and I run and I run and I run and I run until my heart burns within my chest until I can't run anymore. Sometimes he's different. I mean, I remember I wasn't feeling too well and he drove me home from work without a word.
Can't let me work in the streets in this weather.
When we got home, he carried me and laid me on the sofa like a child he scraped to me. Softly, he moved the pillows to make me more comfy and wrapped a blanket tightly around me. It felt so nice just being tucked up, away from the outside world for the first time. I forgot where I was for the first time. I saw him as my daddy, just there to look after me and strong and protective. We stayed up late watching some black and white film on the telly, and as I lay there with my head on his knee and him stroking my hair, I thought maybe now it would be different. That maybe all those years had been some terrible mistake and that he was okay and everything was going to get better, but no, for me, everything just went back to normal. That feeling of safety, that feeling of being loved, gone. I can handle most of it. I can handle the rough bikers who just want to quickly up the alley. You know the type. Bang, bang, thank you, I'm gonna piss off now.
Do you know what the downfall of this country is? Is this the day they made prostitution illegal? I mean, well, what's the point? Men are they're gonna pay for it anyway, whether it's with cash up front or a house and a diamond ring later down the line. We get them all down here. Blondes, redheads, big, small, all young, all eager to please, and all skint. I had this one down here the other day. Real beauty she was. She had this fella with her. Right, dark sort he was. Pimp probably. Not that I minded, I mean, not what you call people shy.
Right, don't you perverts now? Getting off and him watching me. I can handle the gentlemen. I mean, they're all gentlemen until they've got you up against the wall.
What a relief! Friday at last. I've been in that shithole all week and now I've got to go home and face her. Well, not straight home. Not yet anyway. I cruised the car along Devlin Street. That's where they all are. Some under the street lamps, some in the shadows, all watching you, waiting to see if they're going to be your choice. Sometimes they make me feel sick. They're so sad and tired looking, and yet they keep going. I had this young girl the other day. Couldn't have been much older than 15. Perfect for me. She seemed new to the area. She had this lost look in her eyes as I pulled the car over. She moved away as I opened the door, but the man she was with pushed her forward. He seemed in charge. Way it should be. As I helped her into the car, he watched. I didn't like the look of him though. Something dark about him, something disturbing. But I didn't care. She was mine now. All mine.
They don't like you to see their face, gentlemen. Not until you're in a car with them with nowhere to go. They'll drive down the road watching you like you're a flashy car in a garage or some pricey suit in some shop window. The boys, the teenagers, they hardly know what they're doing. They think they're James Bond. Silly kids.
I've never done anything like this before. I mean, it's weird when you think about it. You don't just walk into a shop and pick up a woman off the shelf. My big brother Dave says it's easy. They all want you, they all need you, and they need the money. I saw a group of them as around the corner. They're all younger than the girls at school, white-faced and teary-eyed. And then I saw her. She was beautiful. She was on around with this guy, and he was the one who called me over. As I got closer, I could feel my heart in my throat. What do I do? What do I say? As I got closer, I could see she was more beautiful than I first thought. I could feel my nerves tightening and my voice was about to go. He moved away as I got closer. And as I got to eye level with her, I froze. My feet wouldn't move. She smiled at me and raised her hand and gently stroked it. And that was it in my hand. There was nothing I could do. Oh, bloody hell, what do I do now?
So funny. You just turn around that word. It was a shame that he was quite cute, really. There's just one that I can't stand. He wasn't always there, but after a while he became a regular. He was always there, just watching me, running his greasy, filthy hands all over my body whenever he got the chance. It's enough to turn your stomach.
It's the pretty ones I like. The young ones too. They all think they're too good for me. Well, I'll soon show them. I'm an expert. You can tell which ones will give you trouble, which ones are new, and which ones don't give a shit. They're only there to get paid. Of course, they don't know. They're scared stiff. Especially if someone big like me. I could snap their neck like a wishbone and they know it. It's nice having them in your power. Oh, yes. Not like in clubs, when they laugh and tell you to get stuffed. Nah. These girls are all more than willing to do anything to keep me happy. In any way. Kind of ironic, really. There was a time when girls wouldn't touch me with a barge pole. And now I can have any of them, anytime I like.
You smile and wink as they walk away, saying, "Anytime, sugar." But all the time, you can feel the hate boiling up inside you, and you just want to take his fat face and slam it in a wall and just throw him under a bus. When I think about it, it was bound to happen eventually. He was angry at first. He said that I couldn't afford to keep it. He said that it would keep me out of the game for too long. At least that's what he said at first. Then I remember the weeks turning into months and he was hardly ever around. He'd come in once, maybe twice a day to check on things. He just grabbed my arms and said, "It
You're
is time
mine.
to quit."
You're mine. I'm gonna take one.
It was then that I realised this wasn't like before. It wasn't some scared little kid any longer. It wasn't just me I had to think about. Whether I wanted it or not, I had a baby growing inside me. And I wasn't going to let him take it away from me. He pushed my wrists. I'm not afraid. Hit him! Hit him down! Howling in pain. I saw my chance. But he was too fast for me. My ankle. I fell. Pinning me down. My mistake. He hit and he hurt. So much pain. Just stop! I can feel his fists. Please! Please! Just stop! A new jolt of pain. Screaming! Screaming! Please! No! Oh! I saw. Me. My baby. God! I cried and cried even after the pain was gone. He left me after that, stormed out the door without a word. I remember lying there on the floor in my own blood, wanting to die.